Action first, then talking. So this fight starts out with us entering Octopus Room.
It's the gear squad.
The wizard calls out it's the Geared Squad. So we had seen these guys in the lobby. They are juiced. So I start blessing our team. Let me cast protection. And throwing protections on. And they're already on us. The fighters engage each other. I pop a small heal on him, immediately follow with a protection because it's fast, and then a big heal because he's taken half his health and damage. I top up the wizard, and then I get back to buffing and throwing protection on. Protection is extra good on squishy characters like a wizard. I notice the Axeman behind us, keeping my spellbook out for extra damage. I get rid of him while doing a quick rogue check, and then continue buffing and protecting my fighter. And at this point, the fight's pretty much over. We're just chasing them down. 2 of them are dead, and a ranger can't get away from a wizard. You'll notice the fight was decided in that hallway. At that point, when they lost their fighters and ours was up, they didn't really have a chance. They cut and run.
Lobby guys.
And then here, not like this. Here I nearly ate it after hyper focusing on those
like
heals.
6 traps, bro.
Oh god. Alright, next clip. Alright, this fight begins at the end of another. Our fighter and wizard just mopped another team up, and now we're all trying to heal, drink clarities, get our spells back. We can hear a bard. We're not 100% sure if he's coming in. If he is, though, we need to be ready, because bard-infused teams will be on you fast if they're good. And now I'm 100% sure he's coming, so I start buffing our team. Throw down the blesses first and then the protections.
Shit just got over.
Their fighter starts engaging our fighter, while their barbarian makes a beeline for the back line. He one-shots our wizard, unfortunately. I back away from him, sticking close to our fighter. I throw a protection on our fighter while backing away from the bard, and then I target switch and turn on the bard, and I fight him. Once he's softened up, I try to go for Holy Strike, but our fighter gets
Welcome
him.
to the murder gang.
Alright, this fight begins with us making entry into a room. We hear mobs dying, so we know there's people. We start blessing. Our ranger starts picking off shots. Our rogue tries to get sneaky. I throw down protections. Their fighter moves to engage our ranger. I throw down a protection because it's the fastest aid that I can give him, faster than a heal. I miss the heal, but I start charging a sanctuary. I'm on a sanctuary, and at this point I think I get knocked out of my sanctuary cast, or nudged out of it. I see my rogue fighting in melee. I try to get a protection on him, but he's a bit too far. I switch back to help my ranger. I try to take heat off our team because they're all low, and I get wrecked for that. So I back off, throw a protection on myself so I'm not one shot, and then immediately turn back to help my team pop a sanctuary. And this sanctuary turns out to be pretty clutch. It gets us all back up.
Oh, that's beautiful.
At this point, I figure the enemy team is low, so I move in. I do a Superman jump to try and close distance fast. Bonk him on the head. He's down. Target switch to the ranger. Double bonk, and our rogue cuts him off. And a beautiful ragdoll to finish it.
Oh my god.
I've been using Sanctuary a lot since I made that Cleric guide,
Dude,
and it is.
Sanctuary makes me so hard.
It really does.
actually
It's
good.
actually pretty good. Alright, this fight starts off in the crypt. We just killed a lesser geared team, so I won't even show that. There's a full team right outside the door here. I can see them through the crack. So I start blessing our team and start throwing down protections. They're about to make entry. The warlock goes for a cheeky little hellfire,
There's a wizard up there. How they're fighting that?
and then they make entry. Their frontline fighter goes for our frontline. They don't see me until the last second. I try to jump in and get into melee range. I immediately
Cleric now.
start bonking the Cleric.
He's getting
I could have gone for headshots here. That's oh well.
Yes,
But those 2 double hits were at least nice. I'm a little bit too close to them. For some reason, I switched onto the fighter. That was a mistake. I should have stayed on their Cleric. You see, he healed him one time. And then our fighter wisely target switches and kills the Cleric. Very nice. I protect him and myself. Start the heals going.
Warlock's dummy then. He's one shot.
Our backline fighter calls the Warlock slow, so I just leave him to it, and I go to help my fighter.
Oh, other team, back
And
up,
then he
back up.
calls for another team. There's another team coming in. I can hear the lightning. I know it's a wizard. In this particular lobby, there's only one wizard, and he's all purple, 1 legendary, so he is juiced. So we're a bit scared because our team comp is very weak to wizards. So our fighter is in the back line just looting. He's not even potting himself. I try to get him up. And honestly, if the wizard had made entry quicker, we might have lost this fight. If he had blown the door open with fireball and then invis haste and jumped in the middle of the room, he could be slinging spells all day. We'd never be able to touch him. Thankfully, he didn't do that. They were a bit slow. Our fighter's still
You
looting.
need to be up with us, Cayman.
Beautiful headshot there from our
We're
fighter.
fighting right now.
He headshot that wizard. Honestly, I think that's what saved us here, why they didn't want to fight.
Figure out longbow.
And they just run. They bolt.
Wizard.
They're up top.
Unfortunately, they didn't gain their courage back. They just ran away and took
If
blues.
they're fighting,
And we ended up just taking reds to take the boss.
they're below us.
Alright, this fight begins in the champion's crypt room. I start buffing and protecting my team. We can hear them killing the wraith.
Fighting the raid.
We jump over here. We're in a great position on the high ground here if we can hold it. There's an ad messing with my ranger.
Kill this guy, kill this guy.
As he gets their ranger low, I kill the ad for him. Our rogue
Back
takes
off for a
heat,
second,
so
we'll
I
get
jump
you.
out of position and jump down to him to help him out, refresh his protection. He lands a throwable, and our ranger's still landing shots on them. Our rogue starts to open the door. I pop another clarity to stay up,
He's
and
pushing in.
suddenly their fighter charges me
He's
down
on
with
me.
sprint.
He's chasing.
Tanks that can sprint are
Help him, help him.
balanced.
He's
But he
running
can't
away.
reach me, and he takes some heat from rangers, so he backs off.
Headshot the fighter.
Another headshot, nice.
Sanctuary popping.
I throw a sanctuary as our rogue reopens the door. Their cleric is popping heals on their fighter, negating that damage. The fighter pushes in again. Things get kind of crazy here.
You're shielded.
I throw a nice protection on that dead skeleton. That's pretty epic. Everyone's pretty hurt, so I throw another
Popping
sanctuary.
sanctuary.
Heal.
And I
I'm gonna
turn
tank his
around
first
and
shots.
duck and hide my head in order to hide those
it
headshots.
hurts.
And I try to tank with my back, take aggro off them. My rogue
Shit, I tried to
instantly
shoot
gets
you.
killed. He took a shot from the ranger and a slash from the fighter. I couldn't get
I need a
protection on
clarity
him.
for a sec.
At this point, I'm at low on spells here. I take a clarity.
Slow or
We're
what?
really far into the red zone. We're just topping up, trying to heal. We decide we're not going to cut and run. We want to fight through them. There's only 3 days of wipe left. Our ranger opens the door and starts shooting again. This is what Cleric looks like a lot of the time. You're just staring at your teammates' back, keeping them up. You don't get to see the action.
I do 0 damage to him.
He's still landing shots off, but you know, fighter's got
heals
great
like mad.
protection. And this cleric is super juiced as well. He had one legendary.
It's crazy the shield is not even being popped.
Yep. So I just keep refreshing our blesses,
Gotta be a visual
refreshing
bug or
our
something, but
protections.
There's no way his shield is still going.
Ranger's still landing
Yeah,
shots,
Ranger's dead.
and the cleric's dead. Nice.
Beautiful. Now I can't
Without
help.
his
I need to
cleric
pop
and
sanctuary
ranger,
for us.
the fighter decides
he-
to
how deep
run.
is he?
I just heal and we chase, and we chase into the next room, and eventually we can hear him popping a pot there. Ranger lands triple shot, and he goes down.
Nice.
Time to
I'm gonna
loot.
get that ranger's kit, so I'm gonna go back.
Alright, as the post-fight loot process begins, I'd like to say a few things to you guys. First of all, my cleric guide that I put out a week and a half ago was made during the first week of early access, and honestly, I do probably agree with 80% of it, but maybe 20% I would definitely want to update. There's been some patches, been some meta changes, and also I've been kind of no-lifing this game and experimenting with different builds and different playstyles, and I've really learned a lot since then, and I'd love to share that knowledge with you. With Iron Mace patching so frequently and balancing so frequently, I will probably update the guide once we come out of early access, or if there's a major patch where they stop changing things, I might do it then. We'll see. Quick things to note. Sanctuary is actually pretty good, guys. Once you get your magical healing up, as you saw, it was pretty clutch in that one fight. I do really like it. And you know, our maces got changed. We've got armor penetration now. That's fantastic. It's not huge, but it makes a difference. This channel's only been out for a week and a half, and we've got 101 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. I'm still experimenting with different styles of videos. I'm trying to find my niche here, find what I like to do. I don't enjoy editing, but I really enjoy reading your comments and seeing how you guys respond and what you guys want to see in the future. And finally, thank you to my Dark and Darker friends, Slinger of Spells, Supreme Hamburger, the Stoic Stonewall, Tyrone Javante, and the singer of songs, the Moaning Music Man. Thank you again to everyone who's watching. Not Like This, out.